Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Mike Armstrong podcast show. And this evening, or this afternoon in America, I'm joined by Jennifer Dalton, who is a soulpreneur and also a hospitality enthusiast, all the way from New York. How are you doing today, Jennifer? You okay?
I'm living the dream. Thank you for asking.
Yes, really. That's really good to hear that you live in the dream.
Thank you so much
Fellow,
for having me.
no
Appreciate
problem.
it.
It's great to have you, and I'm interested in finding out lots about what a soulpreneur is, and also finding out more about your enthusiasm in the hospitality game, and
Cool.
just getting to know a little bit more about you, really. So, yeah, thanks for coming on the podcast. And what is a soulpreneur?
So a soulpreneur is in comparison to entrepreneur, it's more of like how many, instead of saying like how many products am I moving, you're saying how many people am I moving?
Okay.
Instead of saying like I can't afford to invest in myself, you'd say I can't not afford to invest in myself.
Yeah.
Instead of saying can I pick your brain, it's saying how could I provide value?
Yeah.
Or I wish I had more customers. I'm so grateful for every person that I get to meet. Or how do I get more likes? It's really about how can I create contact that impacts more people.
Yeah.
So
Well, it
that's,
sounds to me like the reason I was interested in finding out more what a soulpreneur is because maybe I might be one, you
there you
know?
go.
Because to me, it's about trying to make a difference, trying to make an impact on people's lives. So I'm an entrepreneur as well as a soulpreneur, the sounds of it.
Mm,
But because I think in order to impact more people's lives, you've got to be an entrepreneur as well. You can't just be a soulpreneur because you've got to look after yourself. You've got to put your own the oxygen mask on first.
oh my God, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Hmm.
so, 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 at this moment in time, I'm still an entrepreneur, but what I call myself is a philanthropic entrepreneur.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm one of those philanthropic entrepreneurs that gives time and knowledge and information and love and, all of those sort of great things whilst I'm working on my billions, which I can give away in the future then, you know?
Beautiful. Goals. Hashtag goals.
Yeah, hashtag lots of goals, hashtag big goals, hashtag hashtag 10x goal, hashtag 20x
Ooh, that's what
goal,
I'm talking about.
hashtag infinity X goal, hashtag universal
Hashtag
goals. I got some big
love
goals.
it. Universal.
Yeah, universal goals. You know what I mean? They're greater than just planetary. They're Elon Musk type goals. They take into other planets.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love this. See, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Because, at the end of the day, you've got to aim high, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's no
Shoot for
point
the
aiming.
shoot
There's
for
no.
the moon.
Yeah, exactly. There's no point aiming for the clouds. We
Mhm.
all can hang around the clouds. You just got to jump on a plane. Yeah,
Or jump out of a plane.
yeah, or jump out of
Hey,
a plane. Yeah, exactly. But I want to join Elon Musk on Mars somewhere or somewhere crazy like that.
that'd be fun,
Yeah, that'd be a good laugh. Why not? Isn't there? Someone's got to get on the plane.
right?
Why not? So yeah, soulpreneur. Yeah, now I know the meaning of it. Yeah, I meet a lot of soulpreneurs. I think like attracts like,
Mm.
vibrations and energy attract vibrations and energy. So yes, I just hadn't heard that expression, but philanthropic entrepreneur was my tag, but I like the soulpreneur angle. So tell me, what led you to become a soulpreneur?
Honestly, like I've always loved variety in my work, and I always had like multiple jobs. They call me Jenny 5 jobs. Like I always loved connecting, but like the reason I've come to realize is that I just love connecting. Like that's one of my top human needs is like love and connection. So I love variety of like people and different subcultures and I was able to do that through my work in hospitality. So I think I just look at it differently, like why I was doing it. I guess it was more of a realization.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What sort of hospitality background did you have?
So I've been in the kitchen ever since I'm young. My dad's a executive chef and I've kind of worked with him throughout my whole life. Um, So that was like the beginning of it. We do off-premise catering, but I've had some really cool experiences with that. But I also bartend, I serve, name it. I was a dishwasher one summer. Like I've done everything in that industry.
Yeah, good. I actually have done a bit in the hospitality industry as well. So yeah,
Cool.
I had my own nightclub night for a while. So I was just renting a basement underneath a restaurant. I did a night on a Friday night once a week for about 8 months, and that was in the '90s when the house music scene was booming, and so was the social scene. It was when everyone used to go out, all the time, and it was like great times, and being a nightclub promoter was even better times because everyone's giving me like tapes, cassettes. Don't know if you know them or not. I know you're a bit younger than me.
No, I had a tape deck in my old Volkswagen.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and I love, like, people would make me mix tapes, like, and I had the 5 CD changer in my trunk. Like, I love that car. Oh, I wish I could have it still.
Well, back in the day, because DJs wanted to play at my venue, they give me tapes all the time, and so
like
I
demos,
had loads
right?
of tapes all the time. I had tapes, and I used to get into loads of free places because I just swap the favor to other places as well. So they were good times, like no queuing, VIP, all the clubs, all the trendy clubs, not have to pay, all the house parties, all the DJ friends, it was a really good time. So I really enjoyed that sort of time, and I'm a big Ibiza fan. I've been 5 times in 20 years. I go every 4 years generally. So I like to party. That's equivalent to say Miami in America. I've not been to Miami, but I want to go.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
I was on a Miami kick. I went like I think 3 times in 1 year. I love Miami so much.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. I could tell you'd like that. A lot of people in that hospitality bar life game, and also I volunteered at a rugby club once as well, and I did a lot of free work on the bar because they were struggling for money at the time. So I like bar work as well because just chatting to people, and it's just socializing
and intimately. Like you really get to know people when it's over food, and sometimes, well, especially when people are drinking and maybe sometimes something's bothering them, it's just like people open up in unique ways.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I've been in sales for like pretty much 30 odd years, and one of the things I enjoy doing is going for a drink with clients, team members, colleagues, everything, because people open up over a drink, and you get to understand the real them and not the Monday to Friday 9 to 5 corporate version of themselves, or whatever it is they may be, or the I can't show my cards because we're in a negotiation with a customer supplier relationship, but you take them for a drink and the cards drop, and you get to sort of really
it loosens everybody up a little bit. I totally agree with that. I love that.
Yeah, it's one of my secrets to building a team, really, is taking them to the pub. Actually, if you can take them on a night out and actually get involved in a scrap or something, you'll be teammates forever. Like I wouldn't get involved in the scrap. I'd be the manager. But if somebody in the team got involved in the scrap, if somebody in the team got involved in the scrap, that's a way of being bonded, because you get them out of the scrap. They love you forever. You save their bacon. Whatever happens, once you show up for people in different ways than just surface level, then the bonds are stronger and greater, and that's when that's where humanity comes in. That's where people want to do something because they care and not because they're just picking up a paycheck.
It's huge. It's huge.
Yeah, it's a really good way of bonding. I'm not encouraging people to go out for a scrap, but when you run a team of salespeople and there's like 17 of them, or 12 of them, or whatever, and they're all having a drink, and after a hard day's work and stuff, things happen. You know what I mean? Things happen, and but actually, those things that happen is what makes you human. It's what brings you together. It's what bonds you, and it's what.
And you have something to laugh about. Like.
Yeah, well, that's it. Something to laugh and joke about. Someone's sheepish on a Monday, and all those sort of things. It's what human. It puts emotion into relationships. It's what.
Actually, I have a funny story for you. So, last week, because I still bartend 1 day a week, and I love this group that I'm able to serve. And my customer, he's like a total badass. Like he is just like a veteran. Like he's just, so he like kind of bet me if that he was saying like maybe for me to try to do power hour. Do you know what that is?
No, I don't know what power hour is.
So,
I've heard of a number of power hours, but I don't know what you're referencing to.
So this power hour is like when you take a shot of like beer or, in my case, yesterday it was one of those spiked seltzers. And every minute, so you listen to music, and after a minute, the music stops and you take a shot of your drink.
Oh yeah, sounds great.
So we did power a half hour for practice.
Yeah,
but
so
I'm gonna now this week.
We call that happy hour, yeah. So happy hour, when like the bar I used to go to a few years back.
That's when I work, happy hour.
Yeah, well, it used to be like a pound a drink during happy hour, which used to be something like I think 7 till 9 or something. So you get like, there's a pound a drink, literally a pound a drink. I found this place a few years ago, and like it was in Cardiff, and it's always rammed. And I haven't seen a pound a drink since I was in my college days, like, you know, like 20 odd years ago. So we found this place was doing happy hour, like 7 till 9, and you go in there and you line up like, you know, like 5, 6, 7 double vodkas and something, yeah, because you can't drink pints, you got to drink shorts because it's happy hour. And then you'd have like Jaeger bombs to go with them. You know,
oh God!
Supplements. I love a Jaeger bomb. Like in my day, I used to have to do tequila slammers and sambucas and stuff. And now, like Jaeger bombs, like, you know what I mean? They just taste.
Have you ever done a hand grenade?
Don't think so. No.
Don't do it.
Tell you what I like. Absinthe, I like shot.
Whoa!
Goldschlager with the cornflakes. I've had them all. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, so yeah, you line them all up because you only got 2 hours when it's a pound of drink, like, you know. So you line them all up, and then obviously you just neck them because like they're all there, so you can't do anything, you know, until you drink them. So yeah, I like that sort of thing. I'm into discussions.
Guess what I win?
What did you win?
I get to drive his fancy Mercedes for a whole day.
You beat him, did you? You beat him on the shots. Yeah. Nice.
I could do
it. Do they drive much in New York? Is New York a bit like New York's a bit like London, isn't it? Everyone catches the tube.
Honestly, watch the Gap. I love London. We do. I live on Long Island, so I'm like 40 minutes from the city.
Is that the Staten Ferry in it? Is that the Staten Ferry you got to use to get across?
No. No, it's the Frog's Neck or Whitestone Bridge.
The Staten Ferry's Coney Island, isn't it? Coney Island.
Oh, I'm thinking something else. Yeah, I love Coney Island.
Yeah, I've not been to New York, but I watch it on a TV. So, you know, New York's always on the telly. Coney Island.
New York is beautiful. There's so much to New York. Like, you have the city. Long Island's beautiful. The beaches. There's so much beauty in Long Island. I love Long Island. And it's an easy train ride just to get to the city. But then you have like the farm area. You have like upstate is gorgeous, like during the fall. Like there's just Saratoga. Oh my God. There's just so much. I love New York.
But New York's
so much to it.
Yeah, New York's like one of the next places I want to go to. I've always fancied Christmas in New York. And
there's no place like Christmas in New York. Maybe Germany, but New York.
I tell you what's pretty good is Maui, Hawaii.
Ooh. All right. I would do it.
Maui's just amazing anyway. And Maui's the best of all the islands. It's a bit like the Ibiza of the islands in Hawaii. It's the chilled out, laid back party, cocktails. You know, it's that type of, you know.
But what about, like, I just love like hoping for snow, or like it's just like a childhood thing, like a nostalgia thing. Like we talked about our family like going, instead of like buying each other all this shit. Am I allowed to curse on your show?
Yeah, go for it.
So like instead of buying each other all this crap, like why don't we just take the money, because everybody spends a fortune, and just go on vacation? And it's been a hard thing to convince. We had a couple of things come up, but that's gonna happen.
Yeah, well, I'm an experience over thing kind of guy anyway. Things like they're just things, you know. They just, you buy them and then you chuck them out a few years later.
Yeah, we don't even remember what we bought each other. It's sweet. And I love lighting my family members up and using that as an opportunity to be like, wow, I know you. I know that you're going to like this. But it's also like, can you imagine instead of doing that, we're creating like these beautiful memories.
Yeah, memories you take with you forever, Lucy. You take you forever. So things you can't take with you. But, you know, I think, you know, memories go with you. They stay with you forever, and they don't go out of date. And actually, when you get older, sometimes the only things you do remember are the memories from a long time ago, you know?
Yeah.
So you know, for me, I've been getting, for birthdays, Christmases, and whatever, for a long time now, experiences. I'd rather do something than have something.
I do
You
that
know?
too. Yeah. I
So
love gifting like a Broadway play or like a vacation or a weekend
like
getaway. Like,
away, or I quite like adrenaline stuff. So like long zip rides or indoor skydiving, or, you know, any of those sort of things. You know, rally driving a tank.
my birthday passed, but I'm still taking presents. So
Yeah.
actually, I just got this yesterday. Oh no, I'm not wearing it. I just got a present yesterday. I'm like, my birthday just keeps going and going and going.
When was your birthday?
July 28th.
It's my brother's birthday. Leo.
Oh my
Leo.
God.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
Is he your older
Leo.
brother or younger brother?
My older brother. Yeah, my older brother.
Oh, what's his name?
Steve.
Oh, Steve, if you're watching, happy birthday.
Birthday twins. So yeah, I get on well with Leos because I grew up with one.
There you go. And when's your birthday?
I'm September the 28th, so I'm a Libran.
Oh, we have a birthday coming up.
Yeah, it's not far away now. Yeah.
Happy early birthday. I'm the first person that wished you a happy birthday.
You are this year, yeah. You definitely are. So you got it early. Oh, it's only the 8th, isn't it? 20 days early. So yeah, don't know what I'm doing yet. I haven't made no plans. I've been in lockdown for 6 months, as the world has generally.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to do something big, I think. I haven't had a proper drink for a while. Like we were talking about, you know, one of those days where you're doing shots and all of that. I haven't had a day like that for a long time.
I think I'm not going to have a day like that for like a month.
Yeah, I've been on a 75-day challenge. So I haven't drunk for 75 days. I gave it up about 2 weeks ago. So I never done dry January because I always thought, like, what's the point? Like, if ever there's a time of the year you want to drink, it's January, you know, because the worst month of the year is boring and nothing's happening.
Oh, I like January.
Well, do you like January? Do you? Oh, you like the snow, don't you? You said, you know.
I get a little like depressed when it's like the seasons change sometimes. Like, maybe.
I love Christmas. I love the 2 weeks. I love the build up to January. But then, depending on when January starts, sometimes it starts on the 2nd, but sometimes it don't start till the 5th or something. And it's like, all right, it's been New Year's now. I want to just get going, and nothing's, you know, everyone's holding off, like, you know. So it just depends. And I'm in sales and marketing anyway. So at the beginning of the year, everyone's deciding what they want to spend their money on. Cool. So it's only till like later on in the month.
I have a question. So you're in sales and marketing, and you say people are deciding what they're going to spend their money on in January, but aren't people like recovering from all the money they spent in December?
Well, that's what I mean. So they decide, businesses are a little bit different because obviously they have business bank accounts, and you don't buy your gifts out of business bank accounts. If they're solopreneurs, solopreneurs, if they're like, you know, single entrepreneurs or whatever, then they're not going to spend any money until the end of January, till February, because they'll have just, you know, blown it on their family or whatever, like, you know.
Oh, I got it.
But businesses, for example, they'll have budgets, and some budgets start at January. They'll go January to December. In the UK, the financial year is April to March. So some have budgets in April as well. But most people do the equivalent of, you know, New Year's resolution or business planning or whatever. So they're often having meetings. And because I come from a corporate sales background, so with 10 million plus turnover businesses, those businesses will be having strategy meetings in January to decide how they're going to spend their January budget or their April budget, depending on, you know.
What do you think the coolest like budget spend was that you know?
Well, that I know of, not anything that's dealt with me. Or the coolest budget spend that I know is a guy called Grant Cardone, who's one of my mentors from afar.
Cool. His name keeps popping up today, boy.
Is it? Well, he
Yeah.
bought a jet so we could go flying around the world for business meetings. Private jet. I think that's quite a cool business expense. And actually, I think he did it because he had profits. And so the best way of if you've got profits, the best way of spending it so that you can enjoy it rather than the taxman enjoy it is to invest it in something that's covered under your taxable expenses. And
Oh
a
my
jet
God.
is transportation. It's tax deductible. Yeah.
I would get a flying car.
I think we'll all have them soon. I think, those sort of things.
I'm
Flying
excited. It might
Yeah.
be scary, but it's like, I don't know, it'd be fun.
Yeah, it'd be pretty good fun. I can't wait for something like that. Yeah, I'd like to have one of those jetpacks, but fly around with a jetpack on your back. They're here already. They exist. You know what I mean? Just not so, I think, controllable at the moment. They're a bit still, you know. Once they can keep a uniform line, because they won't be allowed in the UK until you can form a queue with them. Once you
That
can
is
form a
so
queue with
funny.
them,
You know what's better than a jetpack?
what's
The
that?
shoes.
No, the shoes are good. The wheelie ones, like you can just wheel them around.
No, the rocket shoes.
Oh, rocket shoes, yeah. You know what's better than a jetpack, don't you? A 6 jetpack. You've got to work hard on a 6-pack, a 6 jetpack.
And a 6-pack.
But, yeah, so what do you do for business? What do you do for work at the moment?
Right now I'm just doing the one day a week I work the happy hour.
Yeah.
I'm collecting unemployment.
Yeah.
And I've been making a little bit of money, like helping people sell their programs. So I get a little kickback if I bring them people.
Yeah, okay. So you're doing a bit of like affiliate marketing or a bit of lead generation, etc. Yeah.
Yeah, so fun. And I was cooking for 8 Franciscan brothers, but that just ended. But we were cooking them dinner it started in COVID and just ended.
Yeah. What's the plans for employment or entrepreneurialism or whatever? Have you got any plans? Are you thinking that far ahead at the moment?
I am. I'm trying to build my brand. I want to be a top influencer, so I would love to be able to make money off of what I'm passionate about, and I put a lot of time and effort into. I also am creating a high quality product that I can't wait to release.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of ideas. I would love to come out with a book.
Yeah.
But I'm really thinking more like merchandise. I'm thinking collaboration. I'm thinking anything. I'm like, I do it. Like I said, like if something comes into my vortex, like I do it. I work the election. I do whatever I can. Like I'm a gig girl. Like I always find a way to survive.
You're like hustling. You're a hustler.
I do.
Yeah, I'm a hustler too. So I get that. But I've been, I was in the corporate world for 10 years. I got promoted 9 times in 6 years. I hustled from telesales executive on 15 grand when I started to 10 years later, premier account director, went under the MD, and earning 70 grand, So I hustled my way through, 9 promotions in 6 years. And
how did you do that?
I did that by, I got a strategy, which is basically just be like more awesome than everyone else.
Yeah. No, because they talk about how like one guy will be there and like he'll work so hard, and then the other guy will like kind of work hard, but then he'll get to the top. How did you? I'm not saying that's you. I'm just saying like it's like mindset. Like what are those decisions that you made?
What I did, I had multiple approaches. Yeah, one is be more awesome than everyone else, so actually be better than them. Yeah, be better than them. Yeah, and I'm a lifelong learner, and I'm somebody who's competitive, and I will keep improving. But to me, there's never a plateau. It's always about how can I get better and much better and keep improving. So that's one strategy that works. It's just outshine the other people. Another one is outwork them. So like, at the end of the day, like most of my colleagues used to work like 9 till 5, whereas I'd be full at it, say 6 till 8. Or 7 till 8 or something like, So,
I just heard this thing. It was like entrepreneurs, like they'll work 100 hours a week just so they could work for themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, but I work 160 hours a week for myself, so I haven't got to work 40 hours a week for someone else. Yeah, I literally do work 160 hours a week, give or take, 16-hour days every day, 7 days a week, you know, probably 17 hours some days. But some days I'll only do 12. It'll be a light day. I hustle Saturdays and Sundays as well, but I hustle doing things I enjoy. So it's not hustling, it's just living, enjoying.
Love that.
Yeah.
What do you what's the most thing that you enjoy the most? I can't even speak.
So
what's the thing that you enjoy the most? Yeah.
So I love relationship building. I'm a communicator. I like communicating. I like relationship building. So I do about 10 networking events a week online, globally. Yeah. 6 to 10, but mostly around the 10 mark. I used to do 2 or 3 in the real world before COVID. So now I can do 10 because it doesn't take as long and I can do stuff at the same time. So I'm a social media marketer and I do all sorts of stuff. So I can still do that work whilst I'm online on online events, but you can't do that if you're in a real world event because it's rude to be on your phone whilst talking to people. Yeah, you can do it on Zoom, no problem. So I probably have 6, 7, 8 Zoom calls a day, with other people as well as online networking events. I'm recording content on my podcast. I'm recording content on my blogs. I'm recording content on Instagram and TikTok. I'm posting on Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn. I like all of it. It's communicating. I love helping people. I love educating people. And so every time I put good content out there for other people to benefit from.
So beautiful. I love that. Can I ask what the flag is behind you?
Yeah, that's my country's national flag.
What country again?
So I'm part of the UK, which is Great Britain, this isn't this flag, but Great Britain or the United Kingdom is made up of England, Ireland, Scotland, and Wales.
Cool.
And this is Wales.
Oh, cool.
I always explain it because Americans don't tend to know so much about. They'll know Britain, but they don't know they'll know Scotland a bit. They know Ireland a bit. But they don't necessarily know Wales, because Wales is like joined to England, because Ireland's a separate island.
Cool.
Yeah? And so that's the Welsh dragon. It's the best dragon in the world. I know you'll say the Stars and Stripes because you're all very patriotic. I'm very patriotic too. But we got a dragon. I got a dragon on my flag. There's no one else.
That's pretty dope.
Flag.
It's pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, so most people like the flag because it's like eye-catching, isn't it? There's not many flags, like I say, with a dragon on it. I'm a Welsh dragon myself, see, so I got dragon's blood in my veins.
Cool. So you protect the pure-hearted.
Yeah. Or we fly in the skies like on Games of Thrones and set fire to people, one or the other.
Cool. No, just kidding.
But no,
I still gotta watch Games of Thrones. Yeah.
Have you seen it, Game of Thrones?
I loved it. I was watching it, but then I kind of fell off, and I don't watch a lot of TV, but I want to finish it. I want to watch it because it is good.
Well, I watched it about 6 years in. I think it was 8 seasons, wasn't it? I watched it about 6 years in, but I watched like all 6 years and then the other 2. I had to wait for the other 2, but I watched all the first 6 years in like a month, and it was awesome. I love Game of Thrones. I'm not a massive fantasy. It's not my favorite genre. I like more like gangster films and action films and all that sort of thing.
What's your favorite gangster film? My whole life I wanted to be a gangster.
Is it? Well, I like things like Heat. Anything with like Robert De Niro or a Casino. Casino's
great
awesome.
movie. Great movie. Great movie.
The ones with Matt Damon and stuff when he's undercover and Leonardo DiCaprio. Well, what's that one? That's really good. Yeah, and they're texting each other all the time, and I like all of those sort of films. I watch a lot of films, But
did you ever see The Bronx Tale?
The Bronx Tale, is that with Denzel Washington?
No, it's with Robert De Niro.
Bronx Tale. It sounds familiar. I would have definitely seen it. Yeah, but I can't remember it. You seen The Irishman as well recently? The Irishman?
I did see that. I don't know why I don't remember it, but
yeah, it wasn't the best actually because It was all right. It was good, but that was the newest one, like in that genre, if you like. But the problem is Robert De Niro was playing himself at like 20 and 30 and 40 and 50 and 60 and 70 and stuff. He's like 70 odd now, isn't he? So he didn't look that good as a 20-year-old.
Oh, the poor thing.
But it's just life, isn't it? Like, you're
He's
not
just
going
a
to look like a
stud.
20-year-old at 70, are you? Like,
Yeah, he's a stud.
Oh yeah, he's a great guy, great actor, one of the best ever, like, But yeah, I like all of those sort of films. I'll tell you a really good film that you'll like as well. It's got a New York connection, I think. My Cousin Vinny.
Oh yeah.
That's really what's it? Dan Pesci or Joe Pesci?
Joe Pesci.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Any of those, I like all. I like a lot of films, like, to be honest with you. But fantasy was never my favorite genre. But Game of Thrones was just like out of this world. It was just another level, like,
Yeah, it's cool. It takes you there.
It had a lot
I love it.
Yeah, well, what I liked about it as well, let's see, is the history and the geography was very similar to reality. Yeah, because you had like the Persians coming from the south, and you had the north. Like that's like Scandinavia, the Swedes and all that. So we had a bit of realism built into the fantasy.
Love that.
So yeah, and I like I like mystical things like dragons and stuff like that. How could I not
unicorns? Do you like unicorns?
Yeah, I like unicorns. Yeah, they're mystical, aren't they?
My best friend got me this little pinata.
Pinata.
She put like paper clips in it and stuff, like office stuff. So cute.
Yeah, unicorns they're mystical, aren't they? So they're interesting. But yeah, the sort of Celts. I'm a Celt, see. Wales, Scotland, and Ireland are Celts people. Mm-hmm. They come from sort of that Braveheart warrior type.
Freedom.
Yeah, that's our heritage type thing, the Celts. So a lot of us are brought up on that legend and history and all of that, like,
the folklore, right?
Yeah. Just a little bit, I suppose, like, America, the Brooklyn, New York, Harlem, there's a lot of legend. There's a lot of legend in America Harlem. To do with the 80s and stuff, isn't it? Like, same sort of thing. Like, you get brought up with a bit of folklore, like, So yeah, so tell me a little bit more. So you want to become an influencer, really, for the sounds of it. Someone sounds to me like you'd be good in the personal development space, which is.
I love personal development.
Yeah. Well, I do too. So that's where I think I want to become a global speaker, a bit like Grant Cardone. Probably he's probably the person who's speaking in the spaces that I want to, but he doesn't do so much personal development space. I probably would do more. I'm more a motivator because I used to manage and I've managed sales teams all my life. And so I'm a motivator as well. So I quite like Les Brown and Tony Robbins and all that, Jarek Robbins. Also, I'm a detail person. I like to read and I'm educated and all that. So I quite like people like Brian Tracy. Have you come across Brian Tracy? Yeah. So Brian Tracy and John DeMartini. These are like, guys who've read like thousands of books. I've read, or I don't like reading, so I listen to most of them, but I've read or listened to, I think, 14 books during lockdown.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That my New Year's resolution last year was to read a book every day.
Yeah. Well,
it's kind of like a really ambitious goal.
But that's a tough one. Try reading a page from a book every day.
Exactly.
Or 10 pages from a book. My 75-day challenge was 10 pages from a book every day. Yeah.
Okay.
So I did a thing called #75hard. It's a mental toughness challenge. And basically what you have to do is exercise twice a day for 45 minutes. You have to be on a diet. So, any diet that you wanted to be on, you have to drink a gallon of water a day, no alcohol, and read 10 pages from a book each day. So on its own, I would have blitzed it. I actually blitzed it anyway, but it was a time problem for me because I also had work challenges on at the same time. So it was like a time challenge for me. rather than a mental toughness challenge, because I had so much on, because like during lockdown, I started it like 75 days ago. And during the lockdown, I wrote a book, I wrote 2 seminars, I created a podcast. I've done over 600 episodes on the podcast.
Amazing.
And
Whoa.
I just been smashing it out there.
Whoa.
So,
You're a total rock star.
Yeah, that's what I'm aiming to. I want to become a global speaker, and to be a global speaker, you either have got to become a billionaire, yeah, or at least a millionaire or a 10 millionaire, but you've got to have done something major, right? And I'll get there, but I'm not there at the moment. You either got to have written a best-selling book, or you've got to have done something crazy that people want to get you on to talk about. You know, you got to have a USP, you know. So for me, the USP is going to be I'm the crazy Welshman that done like over 1,000 episodes in his first year of podcasting.
That is insanely awesome. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, so,
I thought I did a lot, but I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, have you got a podcast? Have you?
Yeah, I do a live show on my Facebook, and I put them on YouTube last week also.
Okay.
But
what's it called?
It's called Jenny from the Chopping Block: Recipes for Success.
Okay. So mixing your food background and your personal development, yeah, into so do you deliver it in the form of recipes? Step 1, step 2, like that, ingredients?
Well, I always like to ask every guest like what their favorite food is.
Yeah, okay.
And then I chop up the videos and I put that content. Well, I started to put that content on my Instagram that like is just for my food content, you know. And
well, when am I coming on then? When
let's do this.
Availability.
Let's do this.
Yeah. Well, can we do one straight after this? Because I love getting on other podcasts because I'm about sales and marketing, promoting my own podcast.
I would do it, but I have a presentation tonight that I have to prepare for in my women's group. Yeah. But let's set something up for this week or next.
Yeah. No worries. Let me know when you've got availability, and I'll tie that in. But yeah, I'm a big foodie. I love food, so I love talking.
Don't tell me what your favorite is yet. I want to be surprised.
I won't. Yeah. So, I'll be tough-minded as well because I love flexibility, adaptability. I love variety. So nailing down a favorite, that's too precise. But I'll work on some. I'll have some.
I can't wait.
But yeah, so that sounds interesting. Then, so that's so have you started monetizing your podcast or your lives and that yet?
I guess you could say I have, but not like I'm not really. I don't know. I'm not doing it for that, so I don't really know where I stand with that yet.
How many episodes have you done? How long have you been doing it for?
I started like pretty much right when COVID started, and I've done probably 100 interviews.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So and that's it. Basically, they're all interviews. It's not any of you on your own putting your own information on. It's just your chats. Yeah.
Well, I started with that because I was doing that for like a full year. I did Michelle Marie Soro. She did the Facebook Live challenge.
Yeah. Okay.
So I won the challenge. You know, it was just like a lot. Like I did that for almost a year. So I kind of got tired of like talking.
Yeah. Okay.
And I was like bored. Like I wanted to, you know, highlight other people and just like learn from others, you know.
Yeah. What was you talking about when it was just you doing it?
Anything, everything. I really used it to get more comfortable on camera.
Yeah, okay.
But any topic that was on my heart or anything that came up or
whatever was on your mind that day.
Yeah, anything I read that I wanted to share or what sometimes I would just come on to say I don't have anything to say.
Yeah.
You know, just to show up and just to, you know, get comfortable.
Yeah, that's like, well, I love, so I do a gratitude episode.
Oh, I did that too.
When I hit every 1,000. So I did it at like 500, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, you know. So they're getting more and more regular now as things are speeding up and the snowball's happening. So that's good. They're good episodes because it's like a free episode. You just go on and thank people and that, because I'm very appreciative of everyone who downloads an episode and listens anyway. So, I'd love to thank them every episode, but that'd be a bit boring. But every time I hit a milestone, I'll do one. I do one on when I hit, like when I've done my 500th episode or 600th episode, or like in the early days, I used like, I think 100, I did a big thing, and I created 2 formulas during lockdown. One's the happiness formula and one's the success formula. And so I put them on big episodes as well. I revealed them, things
Cool.
like that.
I love that. And it reminded me of why I started also. It was like I wanted to show gratitude to the people that helped me and inspired me and, just like, I guess helped me the past year. And there was so many people, and I brought them on and I showed like who they were. And then it just turned into something bigger than that, but that's where it started.
That's good. Yeah, it's good. And, a soulpreneur's got to have soul food, haven't they? So you got to talk about what your soul food is.
Love.
Yeah.
The secret
I'm a soul brother.
Love.
I'm a soul brother. Have you seen the film The Blues Brothers?
My dad owned a pizzeria in Chicago called Blues Brothers Pizza.
Oh, it's one of my favorite films of all time as well, The Blues Brothers.
It is so good.
Such a cool film,
They're so cool.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in so long. I can't believe you just brought that up.
I haven't seen it in so long either, but I want to watch it because me and a friend of mine who's also a power networker, we're going to become the Blues Brothers of networking. We're going to do networking with soul.
Oh.
So
I love it.
We're reviving the Blues Brothers back, and we're going to do a Blues Brothers networking event, Oh,
I can't wait to see that. That's so awesome.
Yeah. So we were talking about just that film and stuff the other day, and then I wear my shades all the time anyway because I'm too cool for school.
I want to wear shades.
My future's so bright, I gotta wear shades.
I love that saying. I have that on a T-shirt.
Yeah, it's a great saying, isn't it? It's awesome.
I just love that I have the randomest stuff like on call.
Happy days, Blue Sister.
You could see my ring light in the reflection.
Yeah, it looks cool. It's like double. It's like those glow sticks with the circle ones.
Oh my god.
So yeah, this well, as a sales and marketeer, I help people with their ambitions of growth. Yeah, and as a soulpreneur and as somebody who believes in helping people. I'm one of these rare people that's willing to do free sales and marketing for people if they haven't got no budgets.
Yeah.
Because I want to help them, So it sounds to me like, I'm always looking for people to help share my content and help me and stuff because I help other people. But if they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. But, I believe in teamwork makes the dream work, and collaboration is stronger than going solo, if you like. So
it's a lot more fun when you're with people. Like I love sharing everything.
So basically anything you want to tag me in on your social media and that, tag away.
You got it.
Yeah. So and also I noticed you said you do a women's group, yeah? What's that? Is that like an empowerment group or a mastermind or what?
We have it's a group that me and my friend Wen started. And we're in Paz Avivi's group now. We're going over Think and Grow Rich and Bob Proctor's Thinking into Results.
Yeah, okay.
So he inspired us to read the book and we did it together. And then after we were done the first round, we wanted to share it. So we started this women's group, Successful Lady Boss.
Yeah.
And actually tonight, I'm going to read the next chapter, audio suggestion. So we just kind of, talk about the chapter, go over any questions maybe that people asked in the group. And it's been fun. I love it.
Yeah, well, funnily enough, from Think and Grow Rich, from the number 12, the mastermind group, yeah. I belong to a few mastermind groups and I'm thinking about setting up my own one at the moment. And it's going to be called, what was the name I got for it? It was called Global Communicators. And basically I'm getting all my friends who are communicators, podcasters, bloggers, social media people, speakers.
Can I be a part of your group?
The reason I was mentioning that to you is because I think you'd make a good addition to the group.
Cool.
Yeah. So I've got a map on my wall, of the world, and I put red pins in my wall as well for when I meet people from different parts of the world. Yeah. So I'm going to
I
stick
have
it.
a scratch map, like a scratch, like the scratch offs.
Yeah.
So every time I go somewhere, I like scratch it. But it made it, I don't know.
Yeah. So, well, anyway, people get to become a red pin because I got a box of red pins. So they get to become a red pin on my map. And basically, I take pictures of it every now and then. And you can see like the little pins dotted around. But at some point, it's going to be full of red pins.
I want to see.
That's my missions. I can't shoot now because of my
background. Can my pin be pink?
I've only got red. I've only got a box of red ones. But, yeah, if I find a pink pin at some point, I'll get in there. But yeah, so I've been looking to work on a mastermind group for a while. I belong to a mastermind group that actually they have a portal online that you can meet your mastermind group in. So they got a system for doing it, and then you can bring on people to do masterminds, and over time they can have their own mastermind. So they spin off and have their own master, and it's like an MLM, like a multi-level people learning
so cool
development and stuff. Yeah,
love it.
So I think it'd be awesome. It'd be awesome to get you involved in my mastermind because I think there might be some tools there that might help you to manage your mastermind. There's like a lot of resources and stuff, including 2 Facebook groups. One's called the Think and Grow Rich Facebook group, and one's called the Rich Dad Poor Dad Facebook group. And they got hundreds of people in those groups looking to connect and network and mastermind with people and stuff. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So,
I love that.
So I want to make mine business and personal development relevant. So that's why I'm going to pick a mastermind of like global entrepreneurs. Most of them who I've had on my podcast in the last like month or so, because before that I was just networking in the UK with all my UK contacts. I went global probably about maybe a month ago, maybe 2. I don't know. Time goes so quick when you're doing
fun
episodes a day on your podcast. TikToking and Instagramming and YouTubing and LinkedIn. But yeah, I've got some good strategies which work really well. Like I don't know if you do this or not, but like I post on my podcast, and from the Anchor app, I use Anchor, and from the Anchor app, you can share your podcast episodes to all your social media if you use it within your phone.
Oh, cool.
That saves you a load of time. And when I upload videos into YouTube, you can do the same thing from YouTube. So like they feed all of your social media. So I got like a system basically, which I create the content and then spread it everywhere. Yeah. And then create more content. And obviously the more you can spread that content, the more people you're going to engage with, the more it's a numbers game at the end of the day. You're not going to resonate with everybody. Your podcast isn't, your content isn't, your tone of voice isn't. And what you're trying to build is your tribe, the people who resonate with you, they agree with you, they like the way you say things, whatever. People like us, we share similar values, we both serve others, we're both from the hospitality game, we're both into personal development, we're both into positivity. Yeah. So that's why when I would talk to you about, my mastermind group, you was like, oh, could I be in it? Because I resonate with you. If I didn't, you wouldn't ask that question. And so it's only a percentage of the population. The more adaptable and flexible you are, and the more knowledge you've got, the more you can appeal to more people, and the more mass market you can be. So like I don't niche off into separate entrepreneur fields. I'm looking to target all entrepreneurs, because I got something of relevance to every one of them. Yeah, some bit of information or, whatever it may be. I've spent a long time learning off some of the best people on the planet, so I can save them that time. I feed them a lot of the good stuff I find. The stuff that I know is relevant to most people. So like things like Brian Tracy, for example, the psychology of sales, something I learned on that, which was really, really good, because I've got a lot of self-confidence and self-belief. That's because I've been pretty successful most of my life. But a lot of people haven't. They never used to win. I used to win sports days. They never used to win sports days. I won league and cup doubles in school playing rugby. They never used to. So if you don't have that sort of upbringing, you haven't got that confidence and self-belief. It's why you want to stay in the comfort zone, and why you stay in a dead-end job and a dead-end relationship all your life, because you haven't got the balls to make change and do anything about it. Yeah, but in order to actually go and chase after your dream and do what it is you want for the rest of your life, you've got to have a certain level of self-esteem and confidence. So you've got to build that up. So something I picked up off Brian Tracy, which is amazing advice, is to record a video, yeah, like on Zoom or whatever. Record a video of yourself selling yourself, all your great attributes, why you're great, what you can do for people, how well you can do it, and all of that, and play it to yourself constantly. Because like subconsciously we pick up adverts, we pick up everything.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're constantly telling yourself the things that you need to hear, if you sell yourself for all of the best things you've ever done in life, you'll start, you know, instead of that, the best things you've done in your life come in 1 in 10 things or 1 in 100 things, they can start becoming 1 in 1 thing. You know, every time you do something, you're at that level of the biggest achievements you've achieved. Yeah. So I've achieved some massive things in my life. If all I want to replay to myself is those massive things, it's going to build me up to do even greater things, because that's all I'm entering. That's all I'm allowing to enter into my brain is that thought process about those big things. It's basically like forgetting about all the bad things, because most people concentrate. I think it takes something like 17 times more effort to overcome a bad comment or a bad experience than a good one. We forget about good comments and good experiences, but we remember bad stuff. It's like if I asked you in school how many times people complimented you on something, you probably couldn't remember any of them. But if I asked you how many times did someone call you a bad name or whatever, you'll remember all of them.
Yeah? No, I know what you mean. Yeah,
because
I totally get what you're saying.
Sticks, like, you know, the bad stuff sticks because it hurts, like, you know, whereas the good stuff doesn't, whatever the opposite of hurt is, it doesn't do it, or it doesn't do it as well. Yeah. So the pain stays with you and you remember it, whereas the good stuff don't. Now I don't actually remember a lot of bad stuff from my school days, because I've lived in the positive side of life for so long, because I'm a motivator, I'm a salesperson, I'm a manager. I've done all those things for so long that I only remember the good, and that's what makes me believe that I'm capable of doing more than most people think they're capable of doing, because they're still thinking about the bad, and they're still remembering the 10 bits they cocked up at rather than the 1 bit of greatness. Yeah. And so they're constantly in that life of, oh no, I can't do that. It might not go right. It might go wrong or whatever. But, you know, so it's all about, you know, momentum, and the more good things happen, the more your self-esteem builds and confidence you got, the more you'll take risks, and the more other good stuff will come off if you take calculated risks and not just random crazy ones, like, you know.
Love that. And, you know, it just brought up a lot of things, because, like, I don't know why this New Year's resolution, this keeps coming up. It's not even January yet, but my resolution this year was confidence.
Yeah.
And it's like, because with confidence, you could really do anything.
Well, you can't do anything. Yeah. One of my favorite sayings, we've covered a couple of them tonight, today, because you like some of the stuff I do. But one of my favorite sayings is, you either can or you can't. Either way, you're right. Yeah. And confidence tells you whether you can or you can't. That's the difference in that equation and in that statement is confidence. Yeah. If you believe you can, you will. If you believe you can't, you won't. It's as simple as that. It's all just down to mindset. So, you know, I generally have been very successful, you know, for long periods of my life. We've all had ups and downs. That is life. Life is a roller coaster. Can't expect it always to go perfect. But I've had lots of sustained, you know, very successful periods. And that's because I always believe I can. You know, my podcast is called You Can Do It.
Yay.
Because whatever it is, it can be done.
The first catering company that we had was Make It Happen Catering.
Yeah. Well, a really good friend of mine who I'm on a mastermind and a networking group with in Ireland, he's got events called Make It Happen Live in Dublin. Yeah. So, you know, yeah, but he's an action taker as well. It's all about personal development. Knowledge is great, right? But people who say knowledge is power are wrong. Knowledge is not power. Knowledge gives you
potential power.
Yeah, it gives you the ability to go and take action in certain directions. Yeah, in order for you to learn what happens when you take those actions, and that becomes wisdom, and wisdom is power.
I love wisdom. I love the word. I love the meaning.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's just, but that's it, it's, you can't, so many people try and make their life and their business and everything off the knowledge they have. But you've got to apply the knowledge you have into something for a long time in order to become an expert, like a Jedi or a master or a Grand Master
Jedi. I
or
like
whatever.
that.
So to me, it's about becoming a Jedi. So
I
once
love that.
I've done 30 years as an entrepreneur. I've done 30 years as a salesperson.
What does
31.
that make you, like 40? How old are you?
I'm 42.
All right.
I'm 43. I'm 43 in September, coming up now.
42 is the answer to the universe.
Yeah, I started at 11. Yeah, so I started young, and so once you've done 30 years at anything, you're going to feel pretty confident in your ability to do it. If you stay doing something for 30 years, that's the problem. So many people jump out of the queue into another queue, and then they're doing 5 years here and 10 years there and 2 years here and whatever. But I've done lots of jobs in that 30 years, but they've all been in the same area. I've done has been in the same field. So my expertise in that sector, in that area, a key person of knowledge, a key person of influence, a key person of contacts, a key person of experience. It's all in that relevant area, isn't it? It's not like I'm, it's always been in sales, marketing, networking, social media.
It's so funny. I went to school for health science, physician assistant studies, and like part of me not pursuing that goal was because like I didn't want to have to start over. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. How old are you?
I'm 34.
34. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you've been obviously you've been in the food and the back and stuff. Is that what you've done most of your life? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But obviously from that you've learned hospitality and teamwork and all of that. So they're not transferable skills, if you like.
Yeah, I was an EMT, I did a nursing assistant, I've done, I was an intern for orthopedic surgery. I've explored that avenue, but I just don't think it's for me.
No, but it sounds like maybe you're starting to find your why. Would you say you have your why?
Yeah.
You have your why now, yeah? Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. I only just got my why in lockdown, but I had very close to my why. I've always been around my why, but I crystallized it in lockdown.
What do you think helped you with that?
So I went on a friend of mine's podcast called the Fire in the Belly podcast. Check it out, yeah?
That sounds amazing.
Yes, it is amazing. I had a 2-hour life story, and I would say it's honestly the only time in my life I've ever thought about my life from beginning to end in a chronological order. Yeah, because you just don't think like that. When you think back of the past, you think back about it in an instant, a moment or whatever. But he took me through my life in a regression from childhood to all of the main points of my life. And so it's the first time I would say my brain had fresh thoughts about all aspects of my life in one hit.
Cool.
Yeah. So Pete, his name is Mighty Pete Longton, and he gets loads of guests on his podcast. So tell him I sent him. I sent loads of people. Anyone I get on my podcast, I send his way. And the Fire in the Belly. So basically what happened with the Fire in the Belly is I've always been around entrepreneurialism, sales, success. Richard Branson's been my idol since I was 11, since I started hustling, and I always wanted to be Richard Branson or, as close as I could be to that, but being me, right,
Mm-hmm.
And so I was always around my why, but I suppose in my early days I was hustling for money and experience and sales and all of that. But what I crystallized in and I've loved helping people. I've been managing people since I was 18, so that's like 24 years or something, like, what I mean? That's a long time, managing people and babysitting them, motivating them, all that sort of stuff, like, feeding them, giving them fags, lending them money, all that sort of stuff, like, and so I always thought my mission was to just help as many entrepreneurs on the planet. But I've also helped a few other people more recently with like mental health issues and that sort of thing. And I've always, I just like helping people. So what he crystallized is that I like helping people. Yeah. So it wasn't, I didn't have to just help entrepreneurs. I didn't have to just provide entrepreneurs with sales and marketing and networking and social media and entrepreneurship and leadership and mindset advice, which is all on my podcast. Yeah, I do the A to Z of series because I used to be a blogger for 15 years. I still blog a bit now, but much less. And these are sort of strategies taken straight from the blogging platform to the podcasting platform. Yeah. So I've got loads of content strategies, and the A to Z of, I just finished the A to Z of networking, the A to Z of marketing, the A to Z of sales, the A to Z of social media, and the A to Z of entrepreneurship. And now I'm doing the A to Z of leadership, the A to Z of podcasting, the A to Z of personal development, and the A to Z of mindset. Yeah. So I do the A to Z of, and I just talk about something different with each letter, like, you know. And so I love helping entrepreneurs, and that's what I've always done, being a manager, sales manager, and I've had a marketing agency, so I've been working with entrepreneurs for the last 8 years, you know, self-employed. But before that, I used to sell high-end IT solutions to corporate companies, and I stopped selling at 25. So 16 to 25, I was a salesman. 25 onwards, I was a solution salesman. Yeah, so I was giving people solutions to their problems, really, like, you know, and listening to what those problems were. But what I realized is I like helping people with mental health problems, and they don't have to be entrepreneurs; it can be anyone. I like helping people in sales and marketing, you know, in you know, anything I know, health and well-being, you know, success, happiness, anything that I can help someone in. So that's what that crystallized. So not only have I got, you know, products and services and solutions in helping entrepreneurs and salespeople and marketeers and networkers, but I've now got a load of solutions I can help just people be happy. I can help people just be a happier version of themselves. I can help people be successful. I can help people with setting up a podcast. And not all podcasters are entrepreneurs. Some of them are hobbyists, you know. So some of them just want to, you know, set up a podcast because they want to, because it's trendy or whatever, like, you know. So that's helped. Part of my SMART happiness formula, which is SMART stands for sleep, meditation, ability to perform, random acts of kindness, and targets. And ability to perform, I needed an A. I had sleep, meditation, random acts of kindness, and goals. But goals are also targets. So I had the S, M, R, and T, but I couldn't think of an A. So ability to perform was the A I come up with, but it covers 3 things. It covers exercise, nutrition, and hydration, which are the 3 things you need to do to look after yourself and keep your ability to perform going. Yeah. So I come up with a SMART formula, and obviously in that SMART formula is random acts of kindness. Yeah. Because random acts of kindness makes you happy. Doing other things for other people makes you feel good. Also makes them feel good, and it creates energy in the universe. You know. So yeah, you know. So that's what I've started doing. Is just, I used to help people whenever they needed me. Now I just help them if they need me or not. Really, just help them. I just help people, even if they don't even know I'm helping them. I help them.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So, but it sounds to me like, you know, that's the sort of space, you know, the personal development space and all of that. So, yeah, but you do have to monetize it because, like you say, you've got to put your own oxygen mask on first. So, what you want to do is find somebody, I don't know how many listeners or viewers you got or whatever, but if you've got a certain number, then get somebody to sponsor it, somebody who wants to increase their corporate social responsibility. Yeah. And then they could be seen as, you know, being lighter and nicer and friendlier and offering personal development and all of the great things that you're doing. Their brand will get associated with that because they're sponsoring it. They pay you some money that covers your costs for doing all of the work. If you haven't got the numbers at the moment, because all advertisers and sponsors want numbers. So if you haven't got the numbers,
What are the numbers where they sponsor?
well, I think so. I haven't actually got a sponsor myself yet. I've just started looking for a sponsor because I was all about building the numbers first. Yeah. So I built all of the episodes in order to get all the numbers up and everything, and the numbers are going lovely now. So I'm starting to look for a sponsor. So, but a podcast that I've had on my show recently says the magic number is about 1,000 listens per episode.
That's it.
If you can get 1,000 listens per episode, then you've got a podcast that people are going to take serious and want to get involved in. Yeah.
Cool.
How many listens do you get per episode?
Anywhere from like 500 to 2,000.
Well, there we are. Well, you're in the magic space, yeah?
Oh my God.
And your podcast is about food, isn't it?
No, it's about resilience and inspiration, really.
Yeah, but it's also food related.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you're selling advertising or sponsorship, yeah, you pick somebody who's got brand alignment, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you find somebody who sells soul food, food for the soul, yeah? It's about finding the right product for the right thing. And then if people like your target audience, so again, veganism's massive at the moment, right? So and that's like food with thought food, yeah. So again, it depends. If you're talking a lot about meat and stuff, you may not want to attract a vegan, but like my cousin's a vegan chef, and he's got a lot of Instagram.
Oh.
He's actually
What's his name?
His name's Gaz Oakley.
Gus? G-U-S?
He's based in the UK. He's called Gaz Oakley, at Gaz Oakley on Instagram and YouTube.
How do you spell that?
Gaz and then Oakley.
Got it. Thank you.
But he's also the Avant-Garde Vegan Chef. That's his business name, the Avant-Garde Vegan Chef.
Cool.
And he has had a dish recently in Wagamama's.
Okay.
Yeah, because obviously they wanted to do a vegan dish, and they leveraged his audience to get them into Wagamama's to offer this vegan dish that he created. Yeah. So there's different ways of monetizing podcasts. There's different ways of doing all sorts of things. But yeah, so obviously, like for me, for example, I'm talking about personal development, coaching, sales, marketing, business, all that sort of thing. So, somebody who'd want to sponsor me would be somebody, maybe a business-to-business product or service provider, a business training company, those sort of things, yeah. Also, because I'm called You Can Do It, I might approach Nike, because their slogan is just do it.
I noticed that before. Cool. I love that. Have you read Shoe Dog? I'm going to pull. I have like random stuff everywhere that I can relate. Have you read this?
No, I haven't read that, no.
Read this book.
Yeah.
Put that on the list.
Shoe Dog.
It is the real deal.
Yeah. But yeah, the more you the more you can, get a good niche audience and good numbers, the more people will pay to, and you can produce a little advert, talking on your podcast or whatever. So I've already got some adverts on my podcast. So I've already started monetizing a little, but I may well do a Pantheon account.
What's that?
Like a monthly subscription thing. But with that, you've got to put unique content in, and now you've got to give value. So you can't just do the podcasting. I'm probably going to combine that with my seminars, my online courses and stuff. Yeah. So then, they pay a monthly fee then to have unique content. That's educational content or whatever.
Mm-hmm. So, we're doing a relationship one too, me and my business partner.
Yeah.
It's so fun. And we're learning a lot too.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, sounds like, you're on the right path. We both seem to be as well, and well done. Keep up the good work, and if I can help you in any way, like I say, I will, and I'll let you know when I get my mastermind going. I think I'm nearly up to my 12 to 15. I probably invite 15, so it settles at 12.
Cool. Definitely let me know, and if there's anything I could do that comes up, I'm always down to help and serve and collaborate. Anything.
Yeah, definitely. And I got a friend who runs a group called iWow.
Okay.
It's on Facebook, iWow, Facebook group, right? It stands for Inspirational Women of the World.
Cool.
Yeah, you want to join that? Yeah, iWow. You also, another friend of mine, Mark Jarrett, M-A-R-C. Yeah. Then Jarrett. He's a networker like me, a good friend of mine. He's the other blues brother. Yeah.
Oh!
He's got 140 WhatsApp groups, yeah, and one of them is Power Women Networking.
Okay. I'm very new to this WhatsApp, but I'm in the virtual international pub. I don't know what that is.
Virtual international pub.
Have you heard of that?
It's not VPN, Virtual Power Network, is it? VPN, because that's what it is. He's got a virtual thing, like, you know. But anyway, he's got a power women's networking group. You should join that one. And I had another power networker from Australia, from Sydney, on my podcast recently. And you should check her events out as well. She's got events called Unstoppable Women of the World or something. Unstoppable Women. Yeah.
Love it.
And her name's Ella, Ela Staniak, and she's in Sydney, but she's from Poland originally.
What's her last name?
Ella, and then Staniak, Staniak.
Awesome.
So I met her as well. There's some people that you should definitely connect with and network with, like-minded people that you can benefit from collaborating with and all that sort of thing. And obviously, what's your group called again? Your women? Are you looking for more people, or is it a closed group?
Mine's Successful Lady Boss, and then the relationship ones are What Men Really Want, and the women's group is What Women Really Want. And we're also doing a mastermind with a lot of great speakers. So some speakers that go on Tony Robbins' stage, and we're also doing that, like an insider mastermind.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And I'm on a mission to become a speaker. So if ever you need someone to come on and speak, about
I would love to. I would love to like model and like learn from like somebody like Michael Burnett, like how we had like, because he's like the he does success resources, like to have like, I don't think I'd want to be on stage, but I would love to get people to go on stage,
Yeah. Or like be a compere or something.
Yeah, like I would go on stage if I knew I could help people, but that I just don't feel that's my passion,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's, I want to be, probably a cross between Grant Cardone, Gary V.
I love Gary, Uncle Gary.
Brian Tracy and Tony Robbins. I'm a sort of cross between those, really. I'm a bit, I'm a motivator like Tony Robbins or Les Brown. I love Les Brown.
I'm like a Gary V, Tony Robbins, who's my Jay Shetty, Damon John. But where's the girls at?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you a couple of good females I've listened to. Do you know Sharon Lecter?
No. So
check out Sharon Lecter. She's from Rich Dad, Poor Dad. She co-authored the book with Robert Kiyosaki.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what.
I like Jen Sincero. She wrote You Are a Badass.
Yeah, I'll tell you the best female entrepreneur on the planet that I've met, is Elena Cardone.
Oh, yeah. Goddess.
She's awesome.
She is.
Yeah, I've met her and Grant.
Wow, cool.
Yeah. I won an award and they were sat on the front table when I picked up my award, Network of the Year, 2018.
Is she as gorgeous in person as she is on camera?
Yeah, she's more gorgeous, actually.
I bet. Oh my God, she's so beautiful.
Just awesome. She's just awesome. Yeah, and so when you have there's so many women that get it wrong and actually think that people are looking at their features and stuff. And people don't. It's beauty comes from within. It comes from inner confidence and inner steel and inner awesomeness. And that actually, it doesn't really matter what you got on the outside. If you can rock the inner you and you can own it, people ain't going to see, women get fixated on things like, oh, my nose is a bit pointy, or, they get fixated on things like, you know what I mean? They do get fixated on things. All women do. They all have their things, that's why they all, got to try lots of outfits on and that, because it's like, oh no, my bum looks big in that, and this looks big and that looks big. But if you just own if you own yourself and you own what you
what your mama gave you.
That's where attraction comes from. That's the proper attraction, So someone like Elena Cardone, she's more awesome in real life because you get the personality, you get the package, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's definitely someone I look up to.
Yeah, I love awesome, strong, powerful women, you know what I mean? And in my experience, there's not enough of them because they let these stupid things that people commented on when they were a kid and these little things get into their head and into their psyche, and it's all they can see. And sometimes I just wish they were like, just don't worry about it. Like, you know what I mean? Just be happy with you, you know what I mean? Because you're always going to be you, never going to be anyone else. You know what I mean? So just own it, like, you know what I mean? You're going to be the best you. You'll be the best you'll ever be, and there's no one else can be a better you than you. So just own it, like, you know what I mean?
I do. Thank you for sharing that. It's beautiful.
Yeah, but that's what I'd love to just help empower more women, because I personally think like most of the women I've met in the world are better than most of the men. Yeah, women are more capable of doing more things more often, you know, in success. But the thing that lacks, the reason why there's not loads of speakers and whatever, is because they lack the confidence to get on stage. They lack the belief that they can make a difference. But they all make a difference constantly, all the day. Some of the people that made the most difference in my life, my nan, my mum.
So sweet. I love this. Yeah.
Females, and like, you know, but they sell themselves short. Yeah, my nan would never have said she was awesome, but she was awesome. I say I'm awesome. Do you know why? Because I had an awesome nan.
Because you're awesome.
I had an awesome mum, and I am awesome. But men are more likely to get that confidence level, you know, because of maybe, I don't know, sport, competitive, whatever, but they'll own it, like, you know. And but all I'm saying, I had a sales team of 17 people. I had 12 females, five boys. My top seller was a female. You know what I mean? In my experience, you know, like I say, my mum was better than my dad. My nans were better than my grandfathers. As people, they were all great, but, you know, some were more awesome than the others, like, you know. In my sales team, my female sellers were better than my male ones. Yeah, I think probably my top 3 were females. Probably 4th was male. In my experience, women, you know, me aside, obviously, because I'm awesome, but women are often better than men in a lot of things. But they just don't own it. They're starting to now. It's starting to happen. It's starting to change a bit, you know. You know, with these women of the world getting better, and, you know, some power women in some power places will encourage more women to take that type of ownership in a role, like the New Zealand Prime Minister been smashing it. You know, people like that. You know, it takes sometimes power women. You know, people like Michelle Obama. You know, there's some real strong, powerful Oprah, some strong, powerful role models out there now for women to follow. But, you know, men in much greater numbers do it, and I just, you know, I don't know why the women don't, like, you know. I'm down with the sisters, like, you know.
You're rooting for us. I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think they just undersell themselves, you know. Very rare you'll get a woman tell you how good she is. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're good, own it, you know.
I love that. I want to hit my button because you're inspiring me.
Do what you love. You create your reality.
Hold on.
Feed fear a suck it sandwich. You are a badass.
It's my favorite one.
You are a badass, you know. At the end of the day, you know, it's, you know, you got to own up to it, haven't you, sometimes? I got fed up of being polite and, you know, shy and like, you know, reserved, and, you know, that's a natural way. It's not so natural in America. It's more a British thing, but they're very reserved, the Brits are, and that's what, again, for me, like you spotted, there's no females. For me, there's no Brits, and that's shocking. For me, there's no real Brits. There's no Brit powerhouses in the speaking world, in the personal development world, the training. That's why I'm going after that space. I'm gunning for it, because for me it's underrepresentation that I'm not prepared to watch and see, like, you know. So the Welsh Dragon's going to be on some stages sometime soon.
Wait.
You know.
I can't wait.
Yeah. So that's the goal, like, you know. But to me, it's just, yeah, Britain should have some powerhouse speakers. But, you know, Richard Branson's not a speaker. Lord Sugar's not a speaker. You know, Michelle Mone, who's quite well known in the UK as a top entrepreneur, Baroness Michelle Mone, she's not really a speaker. The Dragons on the Dragon's Den don't really speak. You know what I mean? There's some really good entrepreneurs in the UK, but because they're reserved as a nation and as people, I'm British myself, but I'm much more American in my mindset and my thought process, and actually in being loud, and I'm not naturally loud, but I pushed myself out there. I've always had to run sales teams and speak on stages in front of people that I wasn't comfortable in doing, but I'd have a shot of vodka and just crack on, you know. And but now I'm also at being what I need to be. I can be quiet and reserved in a British crowd, and you know, if that's what they want, but louder than them, but still quiet and reserved. Or I could be loud and brash and American, because you know I'm adaptable. I'm a salesperson. I can adapt to any situation. And,
Me too.
yeah, and that's what you got to be.
I love that.
Yeah. So, but that's the way I looked at all the people I've learned on the personal development space. It's not enough women in it, and there's not enough Brits in there, and there's not enough Europeans in there. You know what I mean? So, and that's because the marketplace is mostly for personal development. There's much more people in America chasing the American dream and wanting that personal development. Yeah, they want to develop into, you know, someone capable of achieving their American dream. And I just think in the UK is a lot more people. Entrepreneurship's not as we don't have a British dream. You know what I mean? Everyone has an American dream, but people in Britain just grow up and yeah, there's lots of good business people and lots of good people, entrepreneurs and stuff, but there's no one really chasing that big dream that, you know, there's not so many doing that, you know. That's my opinion.
So what are they doing?
Well, they're just working, you know, they're chasing the money or they're chasing business or success, but they're not chasing that, you know, super high level, you know, that you know, make a big impact, leave a legacy, you know, make a massive difference, all that type of stuff. I don't think there's so many people chasing that, you know. So I am, so I'll give it a go. And you know, if you aim for the moon, and if you now you land on the stars anyway, don't you? Like, you know.
I'm gonna start Googling like rocket shoes. I don't even know.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, I'm conscious you've got stuff to do, haven't you? So I've enjoyed a lot, and I could have carried on, but I think you've got some stuff you've got to do. So
I'm getting in trouble. I haven't updated the PowerPoint yet.
No, fair enough. So yeah, I'm interested in. Let's just connect more on socials. What's your
definitely?
What's
You're
your
awesome. I love you.
Yeah, what's your social?
On what platform?
Your main social.
My main social. Oh, yeah. What's my main social?
Yeah.
I would say Facebook. I post 3 times a day on all my Instagram accounts. I post a lot on TikTok. I post.
How do I find you on everything? Do I look for Jennifer Dalton, or do I look for a brand name, or what?
Jenny from the Chopping Block is like my food Instagram account. I have Jenny Locks is my personal kind of like everything account, and then on Instagram, TikTok is Jenny from the Chopping Block, and Facebook is Jennifer Dalton.
Okay, yeah. So basically, you got to look for Jenny Locke, Jenny from the Chopping Block, or Jennifer Dalton, depending on where you are. Right, yeah? And for me, I'm nice and easy to find. # Mike Armstrong.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
# Mr. Awesome.
yeah. Well, so I've actually got a hashtag Awesome Army.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, because when I was thinking about setting up my mastermind, I was thinking about setting up an awesome army of philanthropic entrepreneurs that can make a difference to the world.
Every time you say that, like my heart grows a little bigger.
Well, there we go. That's good. So, but what I thought is, you know, I might do the mastermind of podcasting and communicators first, and then do the awesome army of philanthropic entrepreneurs. But I'm going to have loads of masterminds. I've got too many interests to just have one or the other or whatever. So, but I think I might start with, because I was the awesome entrepreneurs that's like trying to find gold, panning for gold in the desert or wherever. You've got to look through a lot of people to find the right people. Whereas with the communicators, it's easier to find it because it's more like business and personal development related. So it's a bit of both. So you'll find that because you'll find the podcasters, the social media people, you know, all of that, and they want to get involved. And then you can turn them into the awesome army of philanthropic entrepreneurs with your teachings and with the development and the masterminding and stuff. So
sign me up.
Yeah, so that's my strategy really. Like, I think it might be too big a step from one to the other sometimes for some people. So
Got it.
put a middle ground in between,
My,
and then
mindset.
yeah, and then see how it goes. But I got two awesome people who are probably going to be in my communicators mastermind, and they're both in hospitality as well. So
Cool.
yeah, one's in London and one's in Brighton, so both in England.
Beautiful.
But yeah, I'm going to leave you to it now because otherwise we'll just be on all night. So you won't get done what you
Time
want
is
to
an
do.
emotion. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and I just had so much fun, and like I just love this. So thank you for including me.
No problem at all. And thanks for coming on. And look forward to returning the favor at some point.
I can't wait.
And I look
Yeah, let's
forward.
set something up for next week or this week.
Yeah, well, whenever you've next got a date in your diary, let me know, and I'll let you know whether I can make it or not. I think timeline-wise, you're 5 hours behind me,
Mm-hmm.
so I tend to book most of my podcast episodes in the UK 9 till 5, 9 till 6, that sort of time with the working day. Yeah.
Perfect.
Um,
Okay.
so therefore, I'm always free around 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock. I say always. I do a lot of online networking events and different
Mm-hmm.
things.
I
So
get it.
Thursdays I do an online network event 7 till 9. Wednesday I do a mastermind 8 till 10. But Monday, Tuesday, and Fridays I normally don't have stuff on in the evening, and so my evening, like at 8, 9 o'clock, is going to be your 3, 4 in the afternoon.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, so let me know any of that sort of 3, 4 in the afternoon whenever
Yeah.
you can. Yeah.
I do like 5 p.m. your time. Honestly 4 p.m. in your time till whenever. So whenever you have.
Yeah.
You
Well,
pick a
4,
time.
4 p.m. my time. 4 p.m. my time is like 11
It's
o'clock
noon.
yours, yeah?
Oh, 11. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can do from 11 o'clock onwards basically every day, like, yeah?
I mean, I could do earlier, but I think that's like where I like to start because people are
Yeah.
up and.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, well, just let me know a couple of dates and we'll find a time and just I'll connect up with you on loads of socials and start sharing your stuff and we'll take it from there.
Beautiful.
All
Thank you
right?
for everything, and I'll
Enjoy,
talk to you soon.
enjoy the rest of your day, okay?
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
you too. Ciao.
Bye. Right, there's nothing else left for me to say other than have a great day. I know I will, and thanks very much for listening. Cheers. Bye-bye.